The way that like I'm hearing what the definition is that the blue pill is just like, oh yes, darling, dear, just to be next to a woman, right? As opposed to the red pill, this is how I'm hearing it. The red pill is just supposed to be super masculine, super successful, and I can get anybody, like super machismo, right? But in reality, you're still human. You are going to take losses. So the example of a man holding up, or a woman holding up her phone saying, I've got this red pill dude, and he wants to get with me, that doesn't make sense to me because A, she might not have found him attractive. B, he might have whack game. C, he could just be whack as a person, right?
Super
So
lame.
how do you put them in a red or blue? You either that nigga or you not, and you're not always going to be that nigga 100% of the time. So saying you're part of a side is stupid because you can't win all the time. You're always going to take an L, right? And if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying the red people tell the truth,
The
right?
red people.
But the blue pill, they're telling their truth. Their truth just isn't as attractive to the people or the women that they're trying to tell it to because of the other side of men that the women actually like, which are the macho masculine, right? But then when they figure them out, they'd be like, oh, well, I thought you were this. So it's kind of like pulling a mask off. So a red pill dude is gonna lose. A blue pill dude is gonna lose. So like, why can't they just be people? Why do we gotta be a side? I don't get it.
It's never about who's gonna win all the time. They're both gonna lose. No man is gonna win. Nobody.
But you're talking about the truth, right?
But the truth is, let's just say if I was a red pill person,
yes,
and I'm like, yo, I tried to bag this girl and she dubbed me. That makes me a red pill because I could be honest on how she dubbed me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That what makes me the red pill is that I can tell you the truth of my losses, my flaws, my wins, and my games.
But aren't you expecting the blue pill?
No, the blue pill is I tried to wine and dine her, and then they may make an excuse. It comes off as very like looking for sympathy and empathy within their losses, right? So that's more so of the difference. I could laugh about my loss. I don't get upset about them, right?
Okay.
That's kind of the difference in the ideologies. Now we do have a couple of both sides that are mixing, so we're getting kind of confused because just like how they have lab diamonds and they have natural diamonds, they both test out real, but they're not both the same.
But what? Okay, stop there. But what makes them real? I'm sorry. But what makes them real?
Huh?
What makes them real? The fact that if they're both losing. Because the red pill's going to take a loss, the blue pill's going to take a loss. If they are both real, who's defining the realness?
It's really about, so it's not about what's real because they're both real to their own perspectives and methods and ideology.
Okay, so why choose a side?
Because one side has a different approach. For example, you might wine and dine a girl to get her.
Even if
just listen to me.
That was blue?
Yes, I'm saying.
Okay,
You're gonna wine and dine, open the door, super gentleman,
okay,
super soft,
okay,
super like Oliver. Duality.
Don't do my boy.
Don't bring
he
him
said
to
that wasn't me. That's
but he's not here.
That's Oliver's own
I don't know who that
words.
is, so.
That's his own words. I did not talk about him. That's his own words,
All
right? Versus somebody like myself is going to be take it or leave it. This is who I am. This is what I have to offer. If you're not cool with it, that's cool. I'm accepting.
The thing is that so there are men who will be a gentleman in X, Y, and Z, but they also have that take it or leave it side.
Exactly.
So and I think
those are the purple. My thing is, so the thing is, for me, for example, I tell you, this is a real story, right? With a real podcaster. We had a live event in DC, and he said, I will never allow my woman to touch a door. Right? That's blue pill.
Is it?
I'm going to tell you why. Because if I park and my girl gets out the car first and my girl is ahead of me, I'm not going to sprint, which is exactly what the analogy and example that he used, to open the door to make sure she doesn't touch a door. There's extremes on both sides. So
that's not even possible.
For me, I'm like, yo, if my girl gets to the door first, she's gonna open the door first.
That just sounds logical.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Both of them are extremes, right? So you have one that's gonna be like, you know, my girl doesn't even touch a car door. She doesn't touch a entrance exit door.
A bill.
A bill. She doesn't touch anything. She doesn't know anything. I do everything. And I rub her feet at night and I suck her toes and I tell her I love her. And that's the blue pill. It's super
lying,
extreming, right? Now a red pill is gonna be more so like, what are you doing for me?
Man, that bitch been over her own though.
Which is also extreme. Like you either like the girl or you don't. And behind closed doors, you're probably doing shit that you're not even gonna say as a red pill dude. I can't tell nobody.
Very
but
true.
Then you come on the podcast or you on a microphone and be like, oh, I never opened the door. Like y'all niggas sound stupid.
But it's
Just
both.
Very true.
But it's both though.
It's cool.
Because there's blue pills that are doing the same thing.
Because they're fucking men. Why?
There's a
Why
lot
are
of
they?
No, I'm saying they're doing the same lies.
No, but you can do
What
a
do you
lot
mean?
of things in life.
They're
that
doing-
can
yeah,
say,
they're doing the
you can
same
say,
lies.
this is very red pill of me. This is very blue pill of me. Like your whole life.
doing
and your
none of that.
I know, and no one is, honestly.
Hey,
But you gotta
I'm about to be 45 years old in 16, 15 days.
Whoop,
I
whoop.
don't believe no goddamn pill. If you like a girl, you like a girl.
You gonna do?
And you're gonna do what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do.
do
And if
what
you
it
need a
do.
bunch of niggas to follow, right? And buy into a fucking some type of stupid ass cult, red or blue, something is wrong with you. Why don't you just lead your own pack of yourself? I don't know if that's red or blue pill talk or purple, whatever. Just be a fucking dude.
It's
Just
actually
be-
red.
Just be a dude.
That is the real red.
Well, let's-
do
let's-
what the fuck you gonna do and be who you are. Be cool how you be cool.
But then you need another dude to back you because it becomes supportive.
No, you don't necessarily need a dude to back you. No Diddy. First of all, that's crowd crazy. Pause, Rome. But you don't need. Yeah. See,
When
that's-
nobody even going
that's what
there?
happens
Like
when you start the purple shit. Like it just gets confused. No. What I'm saying is that was the main essence. Do what the fuck you're gonna do and be who you are. Now the problem that happens is we have a lot of people, and it's not just a color thing. It's literally a reassurance thing because 99% of all people are fucking insecure, right? So I don't give a fuck if you're red or you're blue. You're 9 times out of 10 insecure about a lot of shit, especially if you're 22, 24, 18, even 30, 32, right?
Oh,
And
18.
higher. And keep
18,
going.
you think
Yeah.
you doing some shit? I don't
Now,
know.
You got to remember,
Good.
so a lot of the things that they do say, when you asked before, is that a new generation thing?
Do
I'm going
say.
to tell you yes. And a lot of red pill will say it's because you see the influx of men being raised without men in their household, right? So they're raised with a lot of women, so they have a lot of feminine characteristics.
Right.
They have a lot of feminine ways and ideologies and their behaviors. So that was kind of the separation because you have men who's grown up with brothers and their fathers and their uncles.
So like boomers, or is that what you're like? Is that like the
It could
cutoff?
be a boomer. I don't want to say it's actual cutoff because there's men that have that today.
Well, we know that. I'm talking about generalizations. Like,
yes. So yes.
okay,
So let's just say that, right? We'll go with the boomers where you have these men who grow up with a mixed household, right? Men and women, figures and role models. Now you have nowadays with all of the shit that's happened over the last 30, 40 years, you have a lot of men growing up with predominantly or maybe only women households. So now they act, conduct, believe, and they have the behaviors that actually, embody a lot of
mimics,
women
yeah, I agree.
characteristics.
makes
So those were initially the blue pills, right? Those were initially the blue pills.
Okay.
But then you had the entertainers who did this for money, who then
Which ones are those?
you had the ones that had the podcast like Fresh and them that would have a bunch of girls on the on the thing
Wait,
that
so
they knew.
you're saying you're entertainers? Does that mean that you believe that they don't believe what they're putting out there?
I don't believe. I think that I wholeheartedly believe they believe what they put out there, but they're not what they put out.
Excuse me.
Right? Like people used to comment on their shit when they first came out. Fresh and Fit think that they're Rico. Right?
Really?
Yes, they used to comment that when they first came out because I am somebody who lives the life that I speak of on these pods, right?
I'm not gonna lie. When I look at them and then I look at you, I'm not gonna lie. They do seem like fake.
Because it's not.
Like it seemed like, and I'm not saying that because I've known you for a while now. It just something about it doesn't seem genuine.
It's forced. It's forced.
Yeah.
But it's money, right? So just like music, right?
Yeah.
Music ain't real either nowadays. Most people can't sing or write music, but they're big artists. It's the same thing. So when you have the opportunity to make money, plus you have a belief that you want to align, that doesn't make you it. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing their best to be the it, but they're not.
Okay. I'm sorry. Just one last thing. Did it work for them at all as far
Yes.
as like with women?
I
I think money, right?
They make a lot of fucking, and actually, I will say they did
probably bagged some women.
They did bag some women. They bagged some
Oh my
women.
God. So what are you talking about?
They did bag some women.
So that was probably their point, to be entertaining, to make money, and bag women, right?
And get into the rooms that they never would be able to get in.
So to somebody that was already doing that,
Mhm.
that probably looks differently than
That's a good point.
that them doing that. They have to produce that,
Yeah.
right? And some people are that.
See, and I agree.
So essentially, it's either in you or it's on you.
Be your fucking self.
And that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
either like, did you put this cloak on, or you was born with it? The hairs on your
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
That's what a cloak is. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
But then what happens is this. So this is the problem when it's not in you, no diddy. When it's not, and it's just on you, no diddy. Is
It
once-
can be both.
once
Calm
the
down.
mask gets revealed or the
Right.
cloak gets taken off, now we see what you really are, who you really are.
But
Lame.
that could still happen if you were a quote unquote red pill.
It could be
because
anybody.
You're
Yep,
still
yep.
going to take a loss.
There's a
So
lot of
why
blue
choose
pill-
a side?
Well, because there's people want to do what works for them.
Yeah, but is it what works for them, or is it their targeted goal, which is sounds like the women and the money? According,
Of course. Yeah.
all right. So if its targeted goal is the women and money, can you blame the blue pill
Money in the
people
cause.
who were raised by single mothers and everything like that for being more empathetic, more sympathetic, and having a leg up on how to do things differently because they couldn't be macho because again they weren't raised that way according to you?
Those men have more respect when you're actually real to that who it is. Like, for example, Oliver would claim the when he was here, he would claim the blue pill or the not the alpha, the beta role, right? He would claim it. So you don't get shamed on. I'm gonna tell you what happened. A lot of these fake blue pillars who were pandering to get the women who are the number one consumers in the world to buy into different courses and products and to just keep on selling, and then they get exposed that they're the narcissist.
Oh,
that-
like that. What's his
That they're
name?
the asshole.
Dark skinned guy.
Oh, he was married.
Yeah, so like, look,
I know you're
all
talking
of-
about.
all-
Me.
those blue pillars,
All right.
Yeah.
they're not all
like
real.
that. I think that's like a perfect example.
Yeah,
like,
so
tell
like,
me.
and that's
Can't think
the
of his
problem that
name.
happens with
Yeah, short hair.
with the blue and the red is that there's fake red and then there's a lot of fake blue because it's easier to lie to a woman and make money off of them than it is to tell a woman a harsh truth that they're not going to accept and make money off of men. Because a lot of men are scared to be men right now in America.
and I know we're getting to the end of this conversation,
Yes.
but I just want to just open that up a little bit to understand what you mean by like men are afraid of being men in America. Like, what does that mean?
There's a lot of different personalities that men have, right? And there's some that because of the oppression of women for the however long it has transpired,
Certainly the history of this country.
the history of this country, right? And probably the world, but let's just speak here.
Yeah, this here.
So like a man would be like, I don't feel like a woman is equal to me.
Mhm.
He can get chastised and canceled and blackballed out of brands and sponsorships and a bunch of different opportunities. There's men that can simply, right? Because I can only speak from when I was growing up. All of that shit was like not a thing. So if I'd say there's 3 decades of my 31 years of existence where this is the truth, my truth, right? And societal's truth at that time period that I've brought with me, now I can't even express that without potentially losing my job, my career. So like I can't even be what I really am safely. You know what I'm saying? Without consequence.
So okay, so that's the thing. The world evolves around cause and effect.
Mhm.
What is it inertia? It's like you push, pull, some shit like that. I don't really remember.
I know that. word.
Is it inertia? The law of inertia, something like that.
I can't.
But
I know that word.
this is the thing.
But-
There should I don't even understand why anyone would believe that there is a space where they can say and do anything without consequence.
That part.
So, and I'm saying, and I'm saying that because I am a person who it took me a long time to figure out when to shut the fuck up.
Mhm.
You
it's-
learned?
I'm about to say.
Oh, shit.
Well, no, because yeah, absolutely. And I know people gonna say whatever, but you don't know my life.
She's come far.
Yeah.
It's not about where you are. It's about how far you've come.
And And the thing is that it served me well because sometimes it just makes sense to like not deal with the consequences of actions that you can avoid. You understand what I'm saying?
But
I also
let me
I
add
bet.
this.
okay.
I
Sorry.
bet.
Let me-
I just. So the whole point that I'm trying to make is that I don't think that there should ever be a situation where a man or a woman can feel that they can say or do anything that doesn't come with a consequence. Like you got to be kind of out your fucking mind to think that you can just maybe 20 years ago, I don't know, 40 years ago, you could say, oh, the women. But the thing is that like back then, you were in a different time, you know, and it was still wrong that you didn't deal with the consequences of your actions. So now we're at a point where you are actually being held account. You're held to account for your actions, for the things that you say and that you do. So I'm actually not to say that I'm like for cancel culture, but I feel like people just feel like they could just walk around and say and do anything, but you can't, because the thing is that, you know, Mike Tyson said, he said, you ain't gonna be talking that shit to somebody when they punch you in your fucking mouth. You know?
That's fair. That's fair.
But that's the world. Like,
But it's not though, because
It is, no.
the consequences have changed.
Exactly.
So, but like
Rico,
so like,
that you're
what I'm
literally
trying to-
making my point.
No, but the point is this. So let's say if I was already dealing with the consequence, but now the consequences are getting more and more severe. Now you're taking away from the identity
No.
of. Yes, you are.
Or you could just learn.
But the thing
Thank
is,
you.
learn to do what? What are you learning to do?
You
learn to either
you
like
could learn to
learn
either
to
not to
shut
offend
your
people
mouth.
or say to yourself that your parents said to you when you were younger, if you got nothing nice to say, don't
Shut
say
the fuck
shit.
up.
Shit
Maybe
at
your
all.
parents didn't say that to you. But what I'm saying is, ultimately,
But even if they didn't say that, like obviously you know that making a comment like that is going to be offensive to some people.
the thing is, people don't have the capacity to understand the entire conversation. So,
what do you mean?
like when they hone in on one part of the conversation that we're talking about, and it
And
becomes
just
that.
neglect.
Well, but see, but I think a lot of people do. Like they'll play a sound bite, and then you have a lot of people that be like, "Well, I want to know what else he said.
But a lot
What's
of
the
people don't.
context?"
A lot
No,
more
no.
people don't than
Yeah.
they
No,
do.
no, no, I agree, but I think you do have a lot of people that will question, like, okay, what's
Even if so, let's just keep it as is, right?
hey? I'm sorry, like
I just
you
don't
can't
think
just
that-
be walking around saying and doing what the fuck you
And I
want to say
agree.
without
They
consequence.
They have a whole new shout out to Big Jaw. He just dropped something that I actually had an idea to do a long time ago. Where you
he
can,
stole your shit.
no, because I never told him, so he
Oh.
just thought of it too. He's an influencer as well. Basically, instead of OnlyFans, he has something called Only Hands. I believe that's what the shirt said. And if you have like something that you wanted to say with somebody, I can settle it out with your hands. Like pull up, like I can organize it. That's a consequence.
That's dope.
I'm cool with.
That's
But
dope.
to say, hey, look, you're about to lose $30 million, that's not a consequence that I'm cool with, because just like how you said not too long ago, I'd rather know who's a racist than be a racist behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Show me who you are. But
Mhm.
you don't allow people to show you who they are when the consequences are so severe, it can affect the way that they live.
But we're
Wait,
also
but that's-
we're also in a different time, is what she's saying. In the 60s, 70s, yes, but you have to adapt to the time that we're in. If you want to be a businessman, right, you're not going to say, "Hey, buy my Hundo shades," but I only support
X, Y, and Z.
X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Why would you do that?
What do you
That's just
mean?
common
I kind of
sense.
did it though.
That was dumb.
No, it's not, because the thing is,
Wait, no, what did you do? I want to know.
so I mean, I have a whole bunch of clips over the last 6 years.
Did you exclude any community saying don't buy this?
No, I never said don't buy it. But if I told you that I'm aligned with certain communities or ideologies, and that's something that you're heavily against, you may not be with the product. Because the thing is this:
Or did you offend them?
some people, some people don't actually
No,
like
but-
me, right?
Yes.
Like-
No.
They
But
never-
did
they
you
never
did you
met me.
outright say don't buy my shit because I don't like?
No, I never told them not
There you
to
go.
buy it. But what I'm saying is, I disregarded certain people who do believe certain ideologies. So
Yeah, you have that right, but you don't have the right, or you do have the right, but you just shouldn't say hurtful shit to people.
well, I'm not saying be hurtful. That's not what I'm saying.
See that, and that's the thing.
Don't be
Everything,
prejudiced.
no, it's not even about that.
No.
It's about
If I'm saying, yo, fuck it, yo, fuck bitches, get money. Let's just say I said that.
Cool.
right?
But then you have people who won't align with that, and you
But
deal with the consequences.
But what I'm saying is, fuck bitches, get money is not going to stop my business, right? But nowadays, it could turn into a he hates women, cancel culture.
But why? But why would, in my opinion, why would you not assume that would be a possible consequence of your actions?
No, it's not about. Let's say women. Let's just say whatever women that felt offended by that,
Mhm.
right? Let's say they just stopped. Okay, they're like, oh, we're not going to support your business no more. That's
Mhm.
fine, but it goes bigger than just them. Is my point.
And so that's actually what he's saying, and which is what I said initially. It's like, at the end of the day, you have to be cognizant of what you do and what you say
And the effects of it.
and the effects of it. So, and the thing is that if you don't give a fuck about being canceled or striking a deal or like, then do what you want to do. But you can't do and say what you want to do, and it affects certain groups, and then you have a problem with how they react. So the fact that you think you can keep doing something and things around you change and you want to keep doing it, you either have to move with the current, or you stay where you are and do what the fuck you want to do, and you deal with the consequences. That's the difference, because keep in mind, like a company, something changed for them, so they have to downsize. And they're going to terminate you, just like YouTube is terminating monetization for certain people. It is what it is. So it's either you get on the fucking boat or like
Every time I move,
it's either you get with the plan or you get left behind. And the things that so this is the thing. I actually understand what you're saying, but you also have to be able to shift with the wave, like how things are moving. You can't, like, you just think I'm like some Jim Crow nigga from like the 60s. I'm like, fuck these niggas, blah, blah, niggers, sorry, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, you can't take that to the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 20s, whatever, because the times have changed. Either you gonna stay there and deal with the consequences of being a 60s racist bigot or whatever in the 60s, and take that into these other times, and you have to deal with that, or just like move the fuck on and go with the flow.
majority of them are not going to be real because they're not willing to pay the price. I done said this on the 17 episodes, Alan. 17. So it doesn't matter. Like, if you are, and we had a conversation about Kai Cenat. I will never be a Kai Cenat. You know why? I'm too real to be a Kai Cenat. I'm too real to put on and entertain people and do things that I don't want to fucking do. That's the
does stuff he
difference.
doesn't wanna do?
Is he gonna make more money than me? Right
don't know.
now, he is shitting on me. Right? Listen, I don't know what the next 10 years look. Yeah. And it's the diarrhea. He's listening. I'm here. That nigga's right there. But over time, it can still be the same way, right? Over time, it can still be the same. I don't know what the future holds, but what I will say is I will never do that for entertainment. I don't give a fuck about entertainment that much to be a puppet. So even I don't give a fuck about entertainment that much for them to tell me that I can't say, what the fuck do you bring to a table? I don't care about it because I'm going to be what I'm going to. If I have to say, fuck it,
I think that's fair.
I'm going to go work at McDonald's so I can at least have my sanity of my identity. I will go work at McDonald's comfortably if that's going to cost me who I am.
I'm going to own the franchise. Sorry.
Well, I'll try that too. But sometimes they kick you the fuck up out of there too. Like, yo, this nigga's application for a loan, swipe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, for me, I'm willing to pay the price to be me. And that's the difference between 90% of people and the other 10%.
That's a big deal.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a big deal.
A lot of people do things for money. I could have, listen, I tell you opportunities that I had, I would probably never.
No, I agree.
I'd have been somewhere in some.
No, I agree.
There's just
You know what I'm, you get what I'm saying? Rome knows.
sentence, my
I could have been. Listen, I'm
I
not.
don't know,
gonna
but
do
we
it, but-
close it in.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, what I'm saying is I decided, and there was times where you get challenged. You get challenged where you're going to say, okay, do I want to do this for the money or do I want to keep myself because this is who I am? And a lot of opportunities that come to your life is going to make you pick one. What I'm saying is I don't get caught up in the red pill, blue pill. a lot of my ideologies align with the red pill, the initial red pill motion. Now, when it comes down to it, the way it's always been is just being who the fuck you are. And I'm willing to pay the price. And that's the difference between me and a lot of people. So I'm not an advocate, or I don't give grace to nobody. I don't give grace to nobody. That's y'all job, right? I just say, yo, listen, I understand where your mind is at. I understand what you want to be, but you're not there yet, right? But that's fine. The dude who was super blue pill when she lost, right? He came out and started saying all these different things about a woman, I think, leading and shit like that. Now, mind you, he built his whole platform off pandering to women. So everybody started going crazy on him on TikTok. So now look, because the blue pill is no longer beneficial, now he wanted to be the red. So these people just flip-flop. That's why I'm saying there's a difference between those who are who they are. That's all I'm trying to say. The blue pill people like Oliver, I respect and appreciate. He would back then for sure. But nowadays we got purple, just like we had Alpha Omega.
Speaking of purple, did you want to read that definition of
Okay, I'll tell you what the purple pill is. Okay, so it says a purple pill is a metaphorical concept representing a belief that men should strive for a moderate, balanced approach to relationships and gender dynamics, often seen as a middle ground between extreme views on masculinity and feminism.
Is it?
Hold on. It actually says it signifies a rejection of both the red pill, extreme anti-feminist views. That's actually what they put in quotations for the red pill, and the blue pill, ignoring societal issues regarding gender inequality ideologies.
That's fair. They're literally saying like, I ain't that one and I ain't this one. So like,
I'm balanced.
I'm the third party.
I don't know.
Who's pressuring these people?
Yeah.
You?
Ooh.
Me?
I learned
Wait,
about
wait,
these
hold on.
colors for this conversation.
How am I pressuring them?
You pressure them because I'm going to tell you how. It's indirect social pressure, right? Me, Aaron,
I ain't pushing
Amanda,
nobody.
it's indirect. We are sitting here on this panel with all these lights and all these cameras, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, hundreds and millions of views, and you're the person who has the voice that has millions of listeners. So from that, for their perspective, we are the ones that they kind of are looking up to, because we are establishing a platform that most people will never experience in their life. And to even have this platform, you had to be something or do something to get there. So whatever we do say is the social pressure that they face, right?
Makes sense.
Aaron can have a social pressure that may be different, and Aaron's only speaking about Aaron. However, Aaron is also emulating success. You are emulating success. We emulate success. So whatever we say, they're like, if that's what it is, that's what you have to be successful. This is the road that I'm going to follow. Most people are going to do that.
That makes a lot of sense.
And some people made more money off me.
You made on yourself.
And I'm confused. I just, you know what I'm saying? Listen.
Like for making like reaction videos and stuff.
And just being me, fresh and fit. They made money off being Rico.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? Like people made money off. Look. Some people made money off of being at the table, and they ain't at the table. Like
fair.
You feel it? So the social pressure, we control it, you know, and it's indirect. I'm not saying we, you know. Like, I think a lot of these people consciously do different things, but we are saying, and we debate.
Overall, generally.
Yeah. And we have dialogue over our real lives and perspectives.
Can't disagree with that. Great way to just
I'll accept that answer.
Oh, thanks.
Right?
I'll accept that.
Roll that bitch up and stick a fork in it.
All right. So, as one of the oldest members on the couch, I will say.
You mean the? Fuck, you mean one of?
Because there's more than.
But you're the.
First of all, don't listen to niggas like this. That's your step.
I'm not.
I would say, honestly, you have to really. One thing about aging comes with wisdom. right?
Hopefully.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Rico's still trying to learn
So-
that, child.
One thing about, am I over there? One thing about aging should come with wisdom, right? I probably said that wrong, so it's probably gonna sound funny. Anyway, something that you should really, really, really invest in is remembering that it is harder to get out of trouble. So don't open shit you can't get yourself out of, right? Following people that you don't know, they are entertainers. They are here to entertain. You don't know their mama. You don't know nothing about them. It's not going to get you anywhere.
They crackhead daddy.
Crackhead daddies. We appreciate the support. That doesn't mean we don't appreciate the support, but don't make me your God or anything, because I fuck up on a daily basis.
So
He does.
I fucked up too.
That's fine. Well, make me God too then. Don't make me God one. But I mess up on a daily basis, and this whole idea that you have to follow a category of a pill to find out if you could talk to a woman a certain way, or if you got to open a door, or if you got to do all this other stuff. Do what works for you. And as that person, you're probably going to lie. You're probably going to lie. You're probably going to have to tell a lie, maybe a white lie, a little red lie, whatever the case may be. But
Blue lie.
Rico,
Or
don't
blue
make
lie.
that face.
But just really, you really got to be yourself, because at the end of that lie, it's going to come out, the truth. So without being yourself ahead of time, you really just working backwards. So stop following like the people that are just talking down to the women, and
I just want you to be more specific for them, please.
I don't know these people.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I've never.
All right, you,
I-
Jason Schroeder.
No. I'm not Jason. I'm saying like
Wait,
the Fresh and Fit. I've never seen a podcast.
No, I get it. What I'm
I've
saying
never
is Rome.
seen a
What I'm saying is this.
person.
Fuck them. What I'm
Right.
saying, Rome,
Yes.
to the audience.
All right.
A person who doesn't know who they are, don't know where to turn,
Mhm.
don't know what to be.
Mhm.
That person advice of finding themselves.
Okay.
You get me? I understand
makes
what you're
sense.
saying, but like if you're saying don't follow us, and they're saying, well, I don't know who to follow, I don't know where to start.
That's fair.
If you don't know where to start,
Go to the library.
I wouldn't even do that. I would say you really. I know you don't. I know you're trying to say you
Read.
don't know who you are, but you really got to start with yourself and what you like and what you dislike, and then build off of that. Because I don't want to influence you, right?
You'll
But-
naturally gravitate to those who you feel like share the same ideology.
Yes,
as you.
I get what you're
Values.
saying, but don't set yourself up for failure, right? Because if you think I'm a red pill, blue pill, and you go out and try to do some shit that I would do, now you'd be like, oh, Romeo told me that. I ain't tell you to do that shit.
Don't take the responsibility of them. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, at what point? Okay, maybe they'll learn from this. At what point did Romeo find Romeo? What did it take, and when did that happen?
Romeo found Romeo through all the losses. All the losses and all the people that I've hurt, and all the things that I knew not to do, and things I was tired of doing. I got tired of apologizing. I got tired of breaking hearts. I got tired of not being able to pay my bills. So what was I doing wrong in each one of those scenarios? And the answer to that was to do the exact opposite. And in doing the exact opposite, you will lose who you're supposed to lose. And the people that are there, or the things that are there, is what you build off of. So that's what I would
All
say.
right, Rev.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was
I was just talking.
it was very cutesy, like
I was being serious.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
know what that demure is.
super demure. I love no.
Less is more, Alan. You
Actually,
said
I
that.
thought it was dope.
Yeah, it was good.
You know,
We felt you.
I was being
I felt
real.
Can you close out?
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
Well,
man, that bitch.
so we appreciate you staying with us through this episode, and all of our misspellings and stutterings and
Mispronunciation of
quirks and
words.
everything,
Y'all know
and
the
clues and the pills.
Weird.
Maybe
Please.
we'll work out the
Leave it
transcripts
alone.
under these videos one day.
Yeah,
With-
and also
with the exact way we said it in the
Weird.
Yeah. WEUD.
yeah, spell
Oh,
it like
that is
that.
ghetto.
That would make us. That would make us like.
Computer.
Wow.
I actually know people that say that, but we not talking about that right now. We closing the show out. I'm sorry.
Oh, so that was another episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow. Until next time.
Peace.